Charles Kissi, men's basketball coach, Brock University. You know, we grew up playing before the Raptor influence. Like, you know, Raptors coming, we remember them coming to town. But I just remember playing with my older brothers and sisters, Spruce Court Public School. We would go play on those courts in the summertime or after school or whatever, and I would follow them. And I was lucky enough, I say that to my brother's friends now, I was lucky that they just let me play. I'm telling the story lately of working at the bargain shop and making so little money, and I remember I was supposed to get a raise or something and I didn't get like 5 cents. It was something so small, but I didn't get it, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I gotta go to school and I gotta do this a little differently. I came out of university with a few things that I wanted to do. Teaching was one of them. And I didn't know if it was necessarily in a classroom, but you know, obviously through the game, my classroom is the court. You know, my classroom is the court and all the other venues. So, you know, that's sort of, I got to kind of combine both passions. If I'm gonna live 80 years and I'm gonna work 30 of them, why not get in the things that I enjoy and try to be great at it? You know, we are fortunate in this life to be able to choose whatever paths for the most part and decide how we want things to go. And I just, you know, people have fought hard to put me where I am. I gotta fight hard to continue that on and pay it forward and be great myself. Like, try to be better and try to be good enough to help others even be great. Parents came here, as they say, like every other immigrant family, you know, for a better life, as they say, and it would be insane for me not to take advantage of that in a big way and then provide that to my kids or provide that to our athletes. And the other part, selfishly for me, is I just don't want to be ordinary. I don't want to do things ordinarily. I don't really operate that way. You know, I think we can push to improve. I'm sitting in this chair because 50 years ago, people pushed to improve, you know? You know, so for me to just sit back and be status quo, that's not my thing necessarily. Doesn't always make other people happy, but I think it's important that we just keep trying to do better for ourselves. My parenting is my favorite job. It's my favorite role. Like, you know, being a dad is my absolute favorite role. And then when I'm not in that role, I'm doing this job, and then I'm giving it 1,000%. And then when I'm, you know, in school, and I'm trying to be there as much as I can. Sorry, professors, for missing classes, but I've been so lucky to have people along the way. Man, I had this one professor, Denise Armstrong, who just drove me. Like, you know, at first I was like, ugh, you know, probably like every other student here, it's like, oh my goodness, but just want you to be better. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want too, right? Like, and that's what I want for my guys, and that's what I want for my kids, and that, you know, so she's doing the same thing for me. I think it's on our shirt. You know, we say it all the time. We say culture is king at our place because, you know, for us, it's about all it's habits. It's all the things you do every day. You know, all the things that you stand for and believe in, and trying to continue those things. It's hard. Like, the hardest thing to do is repeat what you just did. It's hard. And when people talk about this season, I talk about year one, because this is us building to this point. This isn't about us having one good year. This is about us coming here in year one and building to get to this place, beginning with the end in mind. We are the trendsetters, no doubt. We started this thing, but it's not like people shouldn't follow. You should follow. This is something you actually want to pick up on. We're talking about sport, and if there's ever a place that people take from each other, it's in sport. You know, we watch other coaches, we watch other teams play. You know, you see what they do. You know, we're taking from people all the time. I didn't invent the pick and roll. We have to continue to build something greater than ourselves. You know, I think, again, for us, that's what the culture thing for us is so important. Is our guys understand, and I think everyone here understands, that this is not about Charles Kissi or Brock basketball. This is bigger than us. Like, wrestling winning is bigger than that. You know, our hockey teams has the potential to go to the nationals. It's bigger than just one sport or one coach or one university. You know, we have to, as a league, continue to try and build something bigger than ourselves. And I think if we go with some pretty bigger minded vision, I think we can do greater things. You know, we got a short time. Why waste it?